this video is to go over the final project rubric and to ensure that you are not merely submitting the first 3 milestones. So for example, they are very similar, but there are some distinctions to get from exemplary to proficient. So as you're describing the analytical procedures, as we see here, in order to get an exemplary point, you have to demonstrate keen insight, whereas previously you were probably just describing the analytical procedures as they relate to cash and revenue. Then as we scroll, you see when you're talking about the analytical procedures, you would provide a flow chart or supporting documentation, which was not a requirement from the previous rubrics. So I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of that. So here, when you're talking about cash and revenue as high-risk transactions, you just explained that, and you explained it in the realm of field work, but you didn't provide any probably flowchart or any type of supporting table or documentation. Then one area that students typically fail is to create a test. So in this case, you do have to create a substantive test of detail or a substantive test of transaction. So make sure you do that to earn the total 7 points here. As we continue, this is very similar to our previous milestones where you are providing risk factors, but you're drawing connections. So note that to get to the exemplary status, it's a little bit more than what you did previously. You could still earn quite a few points, as you can see here with the proficient status, but just kind of go through the rubric and see that you have to provide keen insight, or you have to provide risk factors that relate not only to revenue and accounts receivable, but also to the balance sheet. Then when you're analyzing cash and revenue, make sure that you're doing that with internal controls and that you're actually providing an internal control to get to that 7 points. Again, you are also audit universe. Make sure you look at my feedback. The audit universe is the entire population which is under audit, not just certain segments or factors or product lines, as several mentioned previously. Then again, when you're talking about a sampling program, make sure it's either statistical or non-statistical sampling and you describe it. As we move to the procedures, make sure you actually provide a procedure that would test for the situation of the item sample. So if you're using monetary unit sampling, make sure you provide that as part of your procedures and your substantive test of account balance or account details. Then as you're looking to your memos, here the difference is industry-specific language. So we did not have that in our previous milestones. So I wanted to make sure I pointed that out to you. Again, with the memos, it's just very industry-specific language to get to that 7 points. So I hope this helps and helps everyone just earn as many possible points in our final milestone. Thanks.